everybody, welcome to the Leo full moon reading. Today I'm going to be reading with the Angels and Ancestors cards. Full moons are all about releasing. So this reading will be about during this next full moon to waning moon phase, as the moon, or new moon phase as the moon wanes, what the angels and ancestors are asking you or bringing up for you to release during this moon phase period. So I'm going to do it by the elements of the zodiac signs. So since this is a Leo full moon, we'll start with the fire signs: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let me just tune in a minute and ask the ancestors what energy needs to be released for all of our fire signs, for Aries, for Leo, and for Sagittarius. This one here popped up. Okay, so the card that came up was Lord. Take charge with authority. So it's very divine masculine energy for, well, interestingly enough, because of the horned god aspect. If you can see behind his head, there's two what look like ram's heads. It's interesting for the Aries. Take charge with authority. So this Leo new moon is asking our fire signs to look within to all the areas in your life that you're giving your authority away to. Those can be people, they could be fears, they could be anything that you're using as the excuse why you can't do what you feel called to do in your life, the changes you feel called to make, or the path you feel called to go down. There's something new that's been probably presented to you in the last, a lot of energy has shifted in the last couple months. And if you are being called on a new path or to follow your callings in life, to make changes in your life, what beliefs and fears are coming up for you that you're giving your power to, that you're using as the reason? You'll know that you're giving your power to them because you're using them as a reason that you can't do whatever you're being called to do or make the change that you're being called to make. So take charge with authority. At this full moon, really look at all of those areas that you're being called to and the excuses you've been holding yourself back from. And it might not even be something that you're trying not to make that change completely. It might just be something that you're you feel like you're going to and you want to, and you're even maybe taking steps in that direction, but there's still a doubt or a fear, and you're giving your power and your authority away to that doubt and that fear. So during this full moon ritual, write those things out, those areas that you're giving away, and reclaim your authority during this full moon phase. Work with the element of fire. Obviously, it is a fire moon, being a Leo moon. Work with your heart center, as Leo is a heart center. Leo rules the heart. The sun. All of those things are just areas of your life that it's coming up. The fears and stuff are coming up because it needs to be shifted now in order for this to move forward. And it's the perfect opportunity to do so. Okay, let's move on to the earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. What is coming up for our earth signs during this Leo full moon? What is coming up to release for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn? Moon. Take note of intuitive messages. It is the full moon phase. That's funny. So this one in particular, what I am getting the most for this, take note of intuitive messages. Where have you been doubting your intuition? So there's either intuitive messages that have been coming that have maybe come up as thoughts or feelings and you have doubted those, weren't really sure if they were truly intuitive messages, or doubting your ability to receive messages or receive with clarity. And this full moon is asking you to release those doubts and those fears and to start to move forward with faith in your abilities, in your intuitive abilities. It's also talking about your dreams during this next moon cycle, and your intuitive messages. This moon cycle seems to be particularly, well, I don't know if it's more important than the other signs, but it's particularly important for the earth signs during this time to take note of intuitive messages that you're getting during this moon cycle, and to follow through with them. This is your like preemptive message that yes, those are the messages you're supposed to be receiving, and that's the guidance to take. Don't doubt it and move forward with it. Keep a dream journal also is another thing that they're saying, because there's a shift in energy for our earth signs that that are going to be taking place in dream time, and they're messages for you. Okay. Now let's move on to our air signs, which are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, angels and ancestors. The message for the Leo full moon for our air signs. So we're currently in Aquarius. The sun is in Aquarius. So we do have an Aquarius, the month of Aquarius during the Leo full moon. What do we need to release during this Leo full moon for our air signs? Being a little bit stubborn. Come on, Spirit. There's one. That one dropped too. One more time. Must be good if it's giving me such a hard time popping out. Mirror Guardian is the message for our air signs. Take time to reflect. Okay, so during this releasing ceremony, it's time to reflect on the things that we have, the fears in our life, the projections of other people in the forms of judgments or opinions. Reflect on what you're holding on to, like really go in deep. So the Mirror Guardian is a guardian angel. See your wings, they're beautiful. And you can work with that energy and ask to show you that which is being reflected back to you that you might be missing, a piece of what you might be missing, and that you're ready to release that. And during this next full moon to new moon phase, as the moon wanes, watch that process unfold for you. Watch the process of what is coming up in your reality, and take this time to see it all as a mirror, because during this process, you're going to be shown everything you need to release that's been holding you back. And they're going to come up in the form of fears that come up out of nowhere, in the form of doubting yourself and anxiety, in the form of judgment of other people, in the form of like maybe relationship dynamics that are funky. And try to observe those things and then think of them in a mirror aspect. Reflect it back to yourself and see how you're projecting this energy out, because it's those sort of core beliefs and foundational issues that are ready to let go of that are now coming up in your reality as a mirror and ready to let go of. This full moon I would just have an intention to let go of all the things that are holding you back, and then allow the moon energy to process for the next 2 weeks until the new moon, and be very observant. That's what I would do. That was the intention that I would set if for the air signs. Okay, moving on to the water signs. So those are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. What needs to be released for our water signs during this Leo full moon? Snake. Shed old skin. So for our water signs, the snake is actually one of the symbols of the water signs also, just because its tendency to also be aquatic. Shed old skin. So water signs are being called right now that there's processes that you've been moving through, things that you've been letting go of, and this full moon is all about identifying those things and consciously releasing them. So different phases that you've been moving through, stuff you might have just gotten out of a relationship, changing careers, moving houses, friendships that's dissolved, or new things coming into your life that you want to make room for. Anything that's you have already identified as something that you're moving phases through, it's time to consciously release that. Write it down, release it in a releasing ceremony tonight on the full moon. So those are your readings. That allows that energy to move in for this next moon phase to get ready to set your intention. So those are the readings for all 4 of the elemental signs and the 12 zodiac signs. Thank you so much for being here with me for these readings, and I hope you found them helpful. If I can help you out with a personal reading, my website is www.breelanhart.com. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram under the same. And yeah, let me know. I will have links in the description below. Thank you guys, and have wonderful full moon blessings. Bye-bye.